with this book, you chose to not go down the traditional route of publishing. You chose to go and self-publish your own book. Do you want to kind of explain to people what that process actually looks like? Because I know most people will know sort of the general traditional way where, you go off to publishers and you send to all the different publishing houses. What was that sort of like for you, that experience?
Yeah, so with traditional publishing, typically what that means is that you will submit your story to agents, first of all. So that process can take upwards of a year in and of itself. And then at that point, the agents then represent your story to all these different publishing houses. So you can see how the process can take upwards of 2 to 3 years. And then once the publishing house accepts it, then they want to bring in their editors and their designers and kind of perfect the story in their own vision. So it takes quite a while to go down that road. And that was something that I didn't really want to pursue. I wanted to get something out quickly. And also there with self-publishing, there was the essence of control of the story, which was important to me. B, I felt like at that time there was,
did you think there was like a rush for it? Because did you think that sort of space in the market or that space in the niche could be taken, or was it just a case of you knew how good the story was and you wanted to put it out on a more sort of expedited timeline?
yes, that's it. So inside the dystopian genre, there are tons of stories inside that genre, and they kind of follow a typical blueprint. And the idea for the Unnaturals felt so unique to me that it kind of surprised me that it hadn't been written yet. So there was kind of this sense of urgency when I had the idea. I was like, I need to get this out before somebody else has this idea and does it themselves. So there was a sense of urgency, as well as the fact as when you self-publish, you have more control over royalties, you have more control over marketing, all those different things. And with traditional publishing, they still rely on you to market yourself for the most part. So that essence of the hard work of marketing, which was foreign to me completely at the time, it was still there with kind of less payment for my work per se. So it felt like I needed to chase this thing myself. This was after months of research because I was so torn, because as I grew up, I always thought that you had to go through these traditional publishing houses. They're the gatekeepers, so to speak. And it turns out that you can actually publish a book by yourself and have it be fairly successful.
Yeah. Now, when you say about the creative control there, was there a part of you that thought maybe if you'd went through that sort of the typical traditional way of publishing, that they would change your story, or they would have you alter bits off it to sort of fit their narrative of their publish house sort of niche?
Yeah, absolutely. That is one of the things that they do, because they have professionals that have worked in the industry for decades, and a lot of them have this set idea or bias about what a story has to be in order to sell well. And so when you're a creator, to have that vision that you had that could be this big at the starting point, but then have it narrowed down to what one person thinks it could be, was something that scared me a bit, because I have all these ideas for this story and I didn't really want to give up anything.